There is no rumbling. There is no way this series ends in a rumbling had Annie, Bert, and Reiner not bum rushed Paradise Island. It doesn't happen. It does not happen without Marley making the executive decision to send their terrorists to Paradise Island. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's having a marvelous day, and we are almost at the deadline. Attack on Titan is ending next month. It is ending next month, ladies and gentlemen, and I am someone who has been here since 2013, so I am especially heartbroken. I don't know what word to use, but I am going to definitely feel the void after this show has finished. But that is enough about that. Let's get straight on to the video. First matter of business. Spoilers. Duh. I will try to leave my personal feelings out of this and look at this as logically as possible, leaving my personal biases, my feelings towards certain characters, out of this, and I will try and look at this from the most logical perspective I can. Let's dive right in. Can we defend Eren Yeager? Disclaimer. I don't know how this is going to be flipped, turned, twisted, jolted, moved, assorted. Let me just say I do not support genocide. I do not support murder. I do not support violence at all. We are talking about fiction. Let us continue to talk about fiction. That's just a little disclaimer. I'm all about love and hugs. Moving on. Can we defend Eren Yeager? Let's see. He committed genocide, murder. He hurt Mikasa's feelings, and he beat Armin up. Can we defend him after all of these atrocities? Okay, two things aren't like the other two, obviously. I have a feeling every single moment in the manga was leading up to this. Obviously, right? But no, Isayama wanted us to have these exact questions. He wanted us to talk about this series forever. And I believe that is the reason why all of these topics are so gray. This could mean that, and that could be that, and this isn't right, but since this is added in this, maybe it is right in this circumstance, and so on and so forth. It opens the door for endless chat, endless debates about, is this right, is this wrong, is this the right choice? And it is brilliantly curated to do this. People will talk about Attack on Titan forever. Forever. It is not going anywhere. The debates will never shut down. Reddit, Quora, Tumblr, Twitter, even though it can be a lot sometimes, but this stuff will never stop being discussed. Some of the debates this series opens your mind to. Can you justify genocide? Can you justify murder? What is the right choice? If I don't kill them, will they potentially kill me? What is worth dying for? What is worth living for? What is living? What is slavery? What is freedom? Now, all of these are very heavily philosophical questions, and they are being debated by people who devoted their life to studying these things. So, having these incorporated in a series was just the smartest move to have this series just never lose relevance. Ever. For this video, we will only focus on the topics of genocide, murder, choices, and what is worth living and dying for, because these relate to Eren the most. The purpose is to really assess if we can, in fact, defend Eren Yeager and his decisions in the series up until now. Our first topic, genocide. We know two characters who ultimately end up having the goal of genocide in the series. Our first character is Zeke Yeager, and our second character, obviously, is Eren Yeager. Zeke's euthanasia plan involved the sterilization of all Eldians, which would in turn painlessly end their bloodline in 100 years. This is genocide. Wiping a race, an entire race, off of the planet against their will. Not saying if they wanted this that it would be any different. It is genocide. The brainwashing Zeke endured at Marley has ultimately led him to this position where he is for the genocide of his own people. Now, he isn't just doing this just because, ooh, I hate all Eldians. He is an Eldian. He's doing this to minimize the suffering of both his people and everyone else. So it's kind of complex if you think about it like that. Opposing it to Eren's plan, it would cause a lot less death. It would just be the draining out of his entire race to end the persecution and stop the fear. Defending his hometown, his friends, his livelihood, Eren really pissed Marley off. Oh yeah, real bad. Marley said, hey, to prevent Paradisians from doing what we think they're going to do with the coordinate, how about we send a quartet of terrorists over there? Okay, we send our terrorists, they break down the wall, do whatever they want, kill a bunch of people, get that coordinate, and just come back willy-nilly, just like that easy. What they basically did by sending Annie, Bert, Reiner, and who was the other guy? M something? I don't know. Sending those 4 people to Paradis Island, what they really accomplished in doing that was teaching Paradis basically everything they know about Titans. They taught them everything. So their plan very much so backfired. And they basically put everything they were afraid of happening, everything they thought was going to happen if they didn't do this, they basically opened the door for the situation for all of this to happen. There is no rumbling. There is no way this series ends in a rumbling had Annie, Bert, and Reiner not bum rushed Paradis Island. It doesn't happen. It does not happen without Marley making the executive decision to send their terrorists to Paradis Island. They made a decision based on 0 evidence, expecting Paradis Island to just somehow, for no reason whatsoever, commence a rumbling. One day they just woke up, hey, we're gonna send a couple of kids over there to just have a massacre, bring back the coordinate, just in case they even thought, they even had the audacity to think about doing a rumbling, which they don't even know they can do that. They don't even know they can do that. They don't even know what a shifter is. But just in case they do that, let's go grab that coordinate. Let's go get it. They had no evidence something like this was going to happen. The entire world would prefer if all Eldians just went away, just died off. This is genocide. And all because Eldians can turn into Titans. But, let me ask you this. Who was turning them into Titans? Where did all of these mindless Titans come from? The answer would be Marley. Yeah. Throughout the series, we see Marley turning Eldians into Titans, sending them to Paradis Island, throwing them off of a wall of some sort, and pushing them over, injecting them with the little Titan serum. So they created more and more Titans. This is what the world hates. It's not Paradis making Titans. It's not Eldians making more Titans. It's Marley using the Eldians who can turn into Titans as weapons to win wars. And that is why they're hated. This is kind of sounding like it's all Marley's fault. It is. Hold on, because I just thought about this just right now. Without Marley, Eren is never even born. Think about it. Marley is the reason Eren Yeager was born. In a world where Marley doesn't send Eldians to Paradise. They don't send Grisha to Paradise. They don't turn Grisha into a Titan. Grisha doesn't go with his little shifter. He doesn't go to Paradis. He doesn't meet Carla. And they don't have Eren. Hell, I could even argue that without Marley, Zeke wouldn't even be born. Without Marley's hatred and persecution, there are no restorationists. Grisha probably doesn't meet Dina, And they don't have Zeke. That's what I'm thinking. You could argue that without Marley sending ABR, Annie Burton Reiner, I will refer to them as ABR from now on because it's a mouthful. Without them sending ABR, Paradisians never learn the truth about the Titans. Paradisians do not learn about the coordinates. Paradisians do not learn about the rumbling. Therefore, no rumbling ever occurs. Without ABR, Eren's mom never dies. Well, she doesn't die like that, at least. Our second topic, murder. So, genocide usually involves murder, except for in Zeke's euthanasia plan, where he was going to ask Ymir to make it so that Eldians cannot have children anymore. But genocide usually involves quite a bit of murder. People would agree that murder is bad. Ending another person's life is bad. It's not good. Unless! It is not good unless you are killing someone in self-defense. Way back when, season 1, Eren Yeager saves Mikasa Ackerman's life. She's in the mountains with her family. We all remember the scene. 3 people kill her dad, kill her mom, and kidnap her. Eren goes over there with his shiv. Doot, doot. Mikasa, kill, fight for your life. If you don't fight, you die. Right? So we all justify Eren in this instance. Now, Isayama does something really, really, really cool looking back at it now. There's a court scene. Everybody knows the famous court scene. And you get caught up in the theatrics of it. Of Levi beating Eren's ass. You get caught up in all of that. You get caught up in the BDSM of it. And then, you know, you start shipping Arari or whatever you decide to do with after that. But if you're paying attention, there's a line where someone in the audience, one of the soldiers, say, even though Eren and Mikasa have killed these 3 people in self-defense, you must still question their humanity. They were only kids and they ended 3 people's lives. Now, we all were like, absolutely justified, King. Kill them dead. Because of what they did first. Because of what those 3 men did first. Killing Mikasa's parents. Kidnapping Mikasa. Killing and kidnapping. Because of what they did first. We justify what Eren did in that moment. Now let me just fast forward you to present day. Who do we know in this series who has killed and kidnapped? That would be Reiner. That would be Bert. That would be Annie. They have killed so many people in Paradise Island and have kidnapped Eren so many times. Yet we don't justify his revenge. I lost my train of thought. Train of thought is back. Choo choo. That was an attack from Marley. Now, he's simply doing a counterattack on the rest of the world. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there to justify that in a second. Okay? Now let's just pull up a list of the characters with the highest kill counts of humans. Now, our 104th trainees have all had to kill some humans at some point. Except maybe Ymir. I don't think she had to kill any humans. Like humans, not Titans. Even though they are technically humans, but in their human form. First and foremost, we obviously have Eren. Obviously. Hands down, Eren is first. For number 2, I'd like to say it's Zeke. Zeke mopped the floor with people from Paradise. Treated them like rag dolls. Number 3, I'd say is Annie. Number 4, I'd say is Reiner. Number 5, Bert. And then the rest of the characters, arguably self-defense. We got some John, we got some Armin killing some people in self-defense. So we won't even, whatever. We have our kill counts. So my question is, if we hate Eren, I'm an Eren stan, okay? If you hate Eren, for killing people, killing innocents. Why don't you hate Annie, for instance? Why was Marco killed? Why don't you hate Reiner? Why was Carla Yeager killed? Why don't you hate Bert? I don't understand. Like, they've killed so many innocent people, yet on Twitter, on Tumblr, you get a bunch of people, fuck Eren, he killed innocents, he committed genocide, I hate Eren, I hate Eren Yeager. You click on their account, their icon is Reiner. Reiner, my little fluff baby muffin doll, sushi pan. Huh? Oh, god damn, Eren's going straight to hell. He committed genocide. I hate Eren Yeager. I hate him. You click on their Tumblr account. Annie, my soft little bean. How? What? It's giving hypocritical. Okay? It's giving cognitive dissonance. If you hate Eren for murdering innocent people, you should hate Annie, Reiner, Zeke, Bert. You should. If killing innocents is what matters to you, you should hate all of them. No, if you hate Eren, then you should definitely hate them all. Now, you're probably like, wait a second. How do you feel about Zeke, Reiner, Annie? Hate them. And now you're probably like, well, aren't you being hypocritical? Isn't that a little bit hypocritical of you? They've all killed innocents. Shouldn't you hate Eren and Zeke and Annie and Reiner? No. And I'm going to tell you why. No, it is not hypocritical to like Eren and not like Annie, Bert, and Reiner. As it would be hypocritical to like Bernie, Annie, Reiner, and not like Eren. That doesn't work out for what he did. You can dislike his character because I don't like impulsive, hot-headed people with rage or whatever. I like calm, cool, collected people. You know, whatever. But you cannot not like Eren for murdering innocents if you like Zeke, Annie, Bert, Reiner. But you can, however, like Eren. And I'll explain why, okay? Let the Eren stan explain why, please. Eren is a character. He's a very offensive type of character in his daily life, right? This is pre-time skip, pre-Marley, pre-all of that. Hit a guy over the head for saying I don't like the Survey Corps, runs into danger, rages out when he fights Reiner and Annie, and he loses. And he realizes, hey, this doesn't work for me. I work best, I fight best when I think it through first and react. So now his character development is, instead of being proactive, he's reactive, which is a bit of a paradox, right? Because we have him doing this genocide before they can pop off Paradis. He turned into a very reactive person. He is reacting to the declaration of war from Willy Tybur. In a world where Willy Tybur does not make that speech, does not gather the world's leaders, does not declare war on Paradis, there could have been another way. There could have been another way. Only if that didn't happen. Now, we have evidence of this because Eren says, hey, when he's talking to Reiner, we're the same, bro. We both went in, products of our environment. You're a product of brainwashing by Marley. I'm a product of ignorance in Paradis. This is where our paths have led us. Paths. Eren tells Reiner, hey, I'm the devil. I might just destroy the world. Haha. Everyone thinks that's what I'm gonna do. Might just do that. LOL. Right? He said might. He said might because he's like, is there another way? He's at Marley scoping it out, feeling it out. Is there another way? And then he just sees the level of brainwash. Everyone hates Eldians. Everyone. Tiber gives his declaration of war. And he's like, huh. And you can see him just like... He even tells Reiner, shh. Let's listen. Huh. So Paradis Island is taking the blame for everything, even though you guys are turning us into Titans, even though we've never done anything to your side. We're just a little island over here. We've never done anything. And you guys are making us the scapegoat. Okay. He transforms. And he wrecks the shit, right? Great scene. I love that. It was perfect. But in a world where Tiber doesn't make that speech, there could have been another way. So, how does that make Annie, Bert, and Reiner any different? You forgot what we were talking about, didn't you? Annie, Bert, and Reiner. Now, they don't deserve the full 100% blame because they are products of their environment, brainwashing, etc., so on and so forth, right? They came to Paradis Island on the hunch. Hey, something bad could happen if we don't take this coordinate away from these people that don't even know what it is. Don't even know anything about nothing. On this hunch, we're gonna go over here, terrorize them, kill a bunch of them, take the coordinate, and go home. And that's it! Yay! That's all that's gonna happen. That's the end. Excuse me? These people are on this island, minding their business. They did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. They don't know anything. You infiltrate their military, infiltrate their livelihood, etc. Kill a bunch of them. Steal this power that they weren't even aware they had. Memory erasing, remember? Nobody knew anything, and they snatched it. And that's how they started learning everything in the first place. But still, this is a massacre where they're acting on a hunch. They're acting first, just on a hunch. Let's go smite them before they can do anything. We don't know if they're going to do anything. They don't know they could do anything. They don't really know what's going on at all. We don't know what's going on here. They don't know what's going on here. We're just gonna smite them. And then leave. And then go back home. And that's it. It doesn't matter. Fuck them anyways. They're all devils. Right? Eren is acting on a direct threat, whereas they are acting on a hunch. Just in case something happens, let's go terrorize them. Sorry to backtrack a little bit. Going back to the court scene, Isayama very artistically introduces us to Eren's humanity here. So this situation juxtaposed to the genocide that he decides to do, it's basically him protecting, just like Mikasa with the 3 men, right? It's him protecting everyone on Paradis against everyone else, basically. To put it in a nutshell, this is where his head's at. They're gonna kill the people I care about. They are the 3 men. Let me smite them all. It's the same thing, only with this version there are innocents involved, which is why he breaks down in a few chapters. He just loses his mind. Very sad. But I want you to imagine this. If it's still not sinking through, I won't say his genocide is justified, but I will say this. You have a family. You have a wife or husband and 3 kids. They're in the house. A mob of 50 people want you dead. Not all 50 of them do, but all of them are charging your house. Let's say half of them want you dead, half of them don't. And half that don't are children. 12 kids, 12 people who don't really want you dead, and 25 people who do want you dead charging your house. You have a knife and a grenade. Are you gonna go outside with your knife and ask each person one by one if they want you dead or not? And then the people who respond, yes, I do, sir. You're gonna shank them real quick? Go to the next person? Shank them real quick? No, because while you're doing that, they're gonna split up, bum rush your house, kill your kids, kill your wife or husband, and kill you. They're gonna kill you first. You're gonna be dead in seconds. Or would you do the logical thing, which is as they're approaching, throw your grenade, bam, they're all gone. Now, it's really sad and unfortunate that kids are caught up in it. It's really sad and unfortunate that people who don't actually want you dead are caught up in it. But look, you get to go home to your family. Your family is alive. Now just now put that to scale with the whole world. With the whole world and one island of people. This is basically what Eren is doing. Now, I feel like I can't say I blame him for that. He is ensuring the survival of his friends, of his town. And this is the most efficient, effective way to do that. Our third topic is choices. So, we all know the infamous choice scene in the forest, in the big forest of trees, where Annie is trying to hunt down Eren and kidnap him. Right? She's squashing people left and right. Killing people off left and right. And Eren's like, I'm about to transform. I'm about to kill this bitch. Squad Levi's like, don't do that. Believe in us. We'll do it for you. Let us protect you. Like only we can. Eren's like, huh. That sounds nice. But I think if I just transform right now and just do, it'll be over like that. That's what I'm thinking. Eren, trust us. Well, shit, what do I do, Levi? All the music goes down. The music goes down. We get a close-up shot of Levi's beautiful face. Eren, make the choice you will regret the least. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how either choice is going to pan out. You'll just have to make the choice that you feel you'll regret the least. Now, that is a pivotal moment in the entire series because this scene traumatizes him, I would say, more than his mother dying. This scene is what traumatizes him, makes him feel useless later on in the Historia scene in the church or whatever. This scene makes him doubt himself. This scene makes him feel like he made the wrong choice, and it haunts him. He was given the option to believe in himself, in his own powers, or to believe in his comrades, right? So, modern day, Squad Levi's gone. Does Eren believe in the higher-ups in the military that wanted to feed him to someone else? Okay, first and foremost. Does he believe in them? Does he take his time to figure out what options they have when they don't have the time? They do not have time to do that. Does he risk it and spend more time trusting in them? Or does he trust in himself, in his own power? And he knows the future, so... Well, I think I would trust in my own power. And I would bum rush anybody who's trying to kill my family. Now, I do believe this choice scene is also very pivotal in Eren's character growth and character development, and I think this scene could give us the answer if Eren is actually the father of Historia's baby. So, if you want a video on that, just let me know in the comments. I can literally just chart that out for you, if you'd like. We saw that devastating scene where Eren's about to break down. He's looking in the mirror. Fight, 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 fight. Hanji comes down. What are you doing? What are you talking about, bro? He gets super agitated. Is there another option? Do we have options? What choices do we have, Hanji? What are our options right now? She can't even answer him. I feel like this is the point where he decides this is all I have. There is no other option. Hanji has no option for me. My friends have no options for me. We just need time. We just need time. There is no time. They are about to be completely wiped off the map. There is no time. We find out in chapter 138. 138 spoiler! We find out in chapter 138 that if Eren had chosen to not go with his genocide plan, Historia would have had to have babies, just popping them out like bagels, just having babies, so she can continue to pass the coordinate down, or Zeke's Beast Titan or whatever. So there would always be a way to control the rumbling, right? Hey, Great World Powers, if you try us, it's basically an allegory to like the nuke war or whatever, the arms race, right? If you try us, we're gonna unleash this power like you've never seen before on you. The nuclear bomb. The rumbling. So they were gonna try and use that, but who wants to live like that? Historia was a child born out of wedlock to some side hoe or whatever. She had a miserable life. And now they're gonna try and force that on her? Absolutely not. Who would stand for that? Nobody would stand for that. I definitely wouldn't. And Eren's like, absolutely not. Why should she have to do that for this? For us? No. That's being a slave. We know how he feels about slaves. Not only do we find out that Historia would have been a baby-making machine, also, Paradise Island would have been wiped out by the world's powers. We see this in the little shared vision Eren and Mikasa both have. Had Eren not gone through with this rumbling, Paradise would have 9 times out of 10 been wiped off the map, Eren says. And he can see the future. When Eren finally would have died of his Titan curse, 13-year rah-rah whatever, a random baby in Eldia would have been born with the coordinate power, right? So you think Marley, to go back to our analogy, would take out their knife? Do you have the coordinate? Who has it? Who? Anyone? Show yourself. No, they would go in there with the World Alliance and they would just slaughter all of them. Kill them dead. All of them. Wipe them all off the map. So Eren made the choice that would ensure the survival of his friends and the people who raised and bore him on Paradise Island. I'm an Eren stan, right? But I'm not sitting here trying to like say that the people trying to stop him were in the wrong. Okay? I'm not so far up Eren's whatever that I can't see the value in protecting all sorts of life. One of my favorite lines in the series is when Sasha asks Onyonkopon, why are you black? Or why is your skin dark? Or whatever it translates to. And he's like, you know, never really thought about that, but I think God wanted different types of people in the world. That is why I'm black. Period. Point blank, period. And I was just like, huh. He's right. You know? So, the genocide is tragic. Definitely understandable. Definitely a logical option. And that's scary to say. Like, it's scary to hear myself say that. But in this fictional world, in what is going on right now, the genocide makes the most sense. It does. And you're being intellectually dishonest if you try to argue around that. This is what makes the most sense. It's the most efficient, effective way to keep the people in Paradise safe. And if you disagree, please let me know. What is the most efficient, effective way to keep Paradise Island safe from abroad attacks? Please, right now, tell me in the comments. You can even pause this and write me a paragraph. What else is more efficient? What else would be more effective and efficient than this genocide. Not to backtrack, I just want to reiterate that during the scene, during Willie Tybur's speech, that is when Eren makes the decision. Well, after his speech, that is when Eren makes the decision. Might just destroy the world to actually destroying the world. Going back to our theme of choices, Tybur declares war on Paradise Island, correct? Yes, he does. Eren reacts. He makes the choice. Do I do nothing? We've lost so many men, so many soldiers already to Marley. And they're already a small island. They've lost so many soldiers. So many soldiers to Marley, to the Ape Titan, to Annie, to Reiner, to Bert, civilians too, you know. They've lost so many people. Will they be able to fight off a world alliance? No. No. People hate the things they don't understand. They don't like that they turn into titans, so they're willing to genocide on them. It's genocide or be genocided on, literally, at this point. So I don't know. You either choose a side. You either choose a side. Like, Eren chose his people, obviously. Sorry to do this again, but I have another imagine that. Okay? Imagine something like the Holocaust is about to happen to your people. Whatever you are, I don't know. But if every other race except for you thought your race was slime, disgusting, discarded, dismissed, whatever, we're gonna kill them all 2 months in the future. And you had this power where you could basically kill everyone who's not your race to preserve your own. That would literally bite ass for you. Because then you're Eren. Are you gonna kill everyone else? Every other race in the world? Just to make sure you and yours don't die? Oh no, since you're Eren, you're going to die, okay? Are you gonna kill everyone else in the world to preserve your own people? And let's just say, your people know you have this power too. So if you don't, they're gonna be like, well, what the fuck? Now we're dead. You know, that would just really suck. So I have a lot of sympathy, empathy, everything for Eren, because that is a very hard choice to make. Do I want to be semi-responsible for the eradication of my people when there's something that I can do right now to preserve them, to make sure they make it through this alive, at the expense of every other person in the world? You see, it's not easy. It's really not. But the way Eren sees it is, he's going to die in 4 years anyways. And he would rather die doing everything he can in his power, with the power he has, to preserve his people's freedom. Which brings us very poetically to our last topic. What is worth living and dying for? Throughout the entire series, we get a bunch of quotes or examples from Erwin, Pixis, Levi, Armin, and so on and so forth, that in order to defeat a monster, you must lose your humanity, i.e. become a monster. You can't achieve your dream if you're not willing to die for it, or something along those lines. We keep getting this fed to us, right? And it's obviously the big build-up for this last boss fight, which is Eren. We've seen all throughout the series that Eren is very selfless with his life in particular. His nickname is Suicidal Bastard, right? Thank you, John. Eren's dream is freedom, and he is willing to die for his dream of freedom, right? Which I do believe, as I said before, that his death is his freedom, right? And he is obviously willing to throw away his humanity to achieve his dream and protect the people who made life worth living for him, his friends, Mikasa, Armin. This makes the Alliance killing Eren that much more sadder and tragic, because Eren basically gave Mikasa her life back, in a world where Eren doesn't kill the 3 men, Mikasa's a prostitute in the underworld. Who knows? Maybe she meets Levi. Eren is Armin's dear friend who he shared his dream, the ocean, outside, all of that with, right? Eren loves Armin and Armin loves Eren. So it's just really, really, really tragic and sad. I'm rambling now. Not to be confused with rumbling. And that is it. In conclusion, I would just like to say the rumbling was a final resort for Eren. He didn't want to do it. We saw him bawling his eyes out. He did not want to do it. But it was the only way to ensure the survival of Paradis. Again, he's out of here in 4 years. He wants to do everything in his power to ensure their survival. It was an us or them situation, as I said before, to be genocided on or to commit genocide. Very difficult decision. Very difficult. And you're being intellectually dishonest if you're saying that if you had a power where you could single-handedly save your entire race by destroying every other one, and you guys were going to be eradicated, you're being so intellectually dishonest if you're saying that it's an easy choice. And everyone knows you have the power too. So add the guilt and pressure on there too. You're being so intellectually dishonest if you're going to sit up here and tell me straight to my face, easy, I wouldn't do it. I would figure out another way. You don't have the time. But like I said, if you thought of during all this time, if you thought of an effective and efficient way, a more effective, more efficient way of ensuring Paradis' safety than the rumbling, please let me hear it. By all means, type it out to your heart's content. Let's open the conversation in the bottom, because maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, it was an us or them situation where Eren chose us. The us, not you and I. He can see the future. He can see the paths. Like, what happens if I choose this? What happens if I choose that? He can see all of that. So he must know that they all die. And this is my right hand. I am willing to suck on my words and eat them, dip them in sauce, eat, gobble, gobble, swallow all of my words. I'm willing to do that. If in this last chapter, Eren's like, I saw the future and it was great. I just wanted to go on a killing spree, honestly. If something like that happens, I will come on here. I will come back to this app. And I will say, I was wrong. Eren is a piece of crap. I will say that. And that hurts. Even just, woo! My final points. Without the Tyburs' declaration of war, there is no rumbling. Without RBA invasion, there is no rumbling. Without the RBA invasion resulting in Karla Jaeger's death, there is no rumbling. Without Marley, period, there is no rumbling. And so that was the video. As you can see, I think I can say with quite a bit of confidence that you can defend Eren Yeager. You can defend his decisions. Yes. Yes, you can.